Hi everyone, it's Trish. Welcome back to my Pink Poodle Studio channel. Today we're going to do something fun and we're going to make this style of earring with Czech glass. These ones are actually what I call my icicle earrings. It's made with Czech glass, some chain and wire, some jump rings. They're fairly simple, but they make a nice statement. But today we're going to be using more of earth tones and those kind of colors, since it's this time of year where we're into fall and Thanksgiving's on the way, but some folks are already at Christmas and ice, so if that is the case, you will have the option to get the icicle kit or the fall kit in my shop, and I'll have the links to those down below. So if you're interested in learning how to make these really pretty Czech glass earrings, stick around. Okay guys, so to get started, I'm going to go over the materials that we're going to use and the materials that will come in your kit. First of all, let's go over the tools that we'll be needing today. We're going to need a chain nose plier. We're going to need, I got another chain nose plier here to open jump rings. That makes it a little easier. So 2 pair of pliers, either they can be flathead or chain nose. Flush cutters, wire, nylon jaw, wire pliers, and I have a 6-step looper, but you can also use round nose pliers. And I actually have pulled out my 1-step looper to make the heads of the eye pins that for dangling in the middle, but you definitely don't need to do that. You just need to make a simple loop. I'm just trying to use mine. I bought it and I figured I might as well put it to good use. So as far as materials go for these earrings, it's fairly simple. You're just going to need 2 4.5-inch pieces of 18 gauge wire, 2 head pins, some 1/0 Czech glass beads, some 11/0. I have Toho beads here, but you can use whatever seed bead you have. 2 1-inch pieces of chain, 2 spacers. I have some very unique Czech glass pieces that go with our theme that are going to be in the middle. Now in your kit, there's a variety of different shapes that they will all look like this for color, but there's a variety of different shapes, so that will vary in your kits, as well as with the icicle earrings. That will vary for the center bead as well, but they will all be in the same color. And you will also need 2 fish hooks, and I have about 12 jump rings here. I would say these are about, let's measure them because I didn't beforehand and I want you guys to know. Get my bead caliper here to kind of get an idea. These look like they're about 5mm jump rings, so you're going to need about 12 of those. To get started, first off, you will cut your 4.5-inch lengths of your wire, and what I like to do is make sure that both ends are flush cut, and that makes it nice when you go to make your loops at the top. It makes it nice, make a nice look, and easier for you to close the rings on the top. So just you know, tip those wires on both ends with the flush side, of course, against it. And then what you're going to do is, what I like to do is I like to take my nylon jaw pliers and pull that over my wire just to give it a nice, take out any of the kinks, anything like that. It makes it easier for the beads to go on. So I hold that with my chain nose plier. Oh, I might put that down just a little further so I can make sure it's in there, and just run my nylon pliers over that. Now don't do too much, because every time you run your nylon pliers over the wire, it work hardens it. It'll make your life a little difficult when time comes to put these into the shape you'd like. So same thing on this second piece. Just a couple times just to get it nice and smooth. Okay, so once that's done, then we're going to look to make the shape. Now all I have is I have this little container that I hold some of my jump rings in. So I basically just take the wire, and you can use any kind of round mandrel or item that you have. If you have bead container, you have a nail polish bottle, anything that would work for the size of earring you're wanting to make. So I'm going to take it to the middle here on this cylindrical shape and just kind of start that round bend, if you can see there what I'm doing. And it gives us a nice horseshoe shape to start, so we're not bending it into submission, and you won't get this round bottom on it if you bend at it too much without using a mandrel. So same thing here again, just to the center, push it around just to kind of get that shape started. And it's as simple as that to get the shape. So usually what I'll do is I'll try to work these up just a little wee bit more, just kind of push it up toward the top. So to kind of see what kind of shape I really do want to get here. I think that would be good. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this. Kind of just push them up, get a nice shape where we want to be. We will, of course, reshape it after. So what you're going to want to do then is you're going to want to put a loop on one end. So when you're stringing your beads on, as you can see in the example here, they go right up to the end. Of course, you can do whatever you like, but I have them go right up to the end of the loop. And it's just a varied bead mix, so it gives it a really nice random look. So I'm just going to take my 6-step looper plier and I'm going to hold the tippy top of this, and I'm just going to give a wrist roll to make a simple loop on the end of there. See that? Okay, so once you have a loop on one end of your wire, you're going to be ready to start stringing your beads. And this is just as simple as, I don't even pay attention to what colors I'm putting on. I like a random look with this earring. I just want it to kind of be variegated, no set pattern, but of course you can do whatever you like. If you like more of a set pattern, by all means. And we're just gonna take them right up to the end there once we get some more on here. And this is the easy part, basically, guys. This is, and I say that and I drop everything all over the place. Oh, anyway, but this is fun. This is kind of one of those earrings that are simple, but yet, like I said, they have a really pretty impact. So I'm basically, like I said, just threading these on. It's going to take about 22 beads per earring, but that may vary. And in the kit, I'm going to give you more than enough of everything to make whatever size you would like. So we're getting closer up there. Just a few more here. Whoops. I'll use some more of these lighter ones. Boy, these things are just slipping out of my fingers so easy today. I don't know what's going on. Some light ones, another dark one. Just kind of, like I said, I like the varied look a lot. So, looks like I think I'm going to put about one more on there. See, I think that would be good, but you can see I have that wire completely filled. Again, make it your own. If you only want to put beads 3/4 of the way up, you know, by all means, just in the center. This is just one example here of what you could do. And I want to see, I'm going to do a loop here on this side, but I want to see if I'm going to have to take that last bead off, and I am. So I want to make sure you give yourself enough room to make that loop. I'm just going to straighten this out again just so I can get a nice loop. And again, I'm just pinching the end with my 6-step looper and just rolling my looper until we get what we would like there. And I'm just going to roll this one out just a hair because I do like them to kind of sit out a little bit. But now you can start kind of shaping it and you can see where it's really going to come together as far as the design. So let's get this other one beaded up and then we will go on to the next step. Okay, so I'm just going to make my final loop on this earring, and we can start assembling. Looks good, looks good. Okay, so just want to shape this one a little bit, kind of give them about the same shape. And this is why I like to do this with wire versus like bead stringing wire, because you're going to get more of a definite shape with this. If you want more of a drape, of course, you could use beading stringing wire. But this is just personal preference. This is what I like, and I like the look of it. And it stays in the shape. It makes it really nice. So, okay, so the next thing we're going to do then, get these out of the way. We're going to start assembling our pieces of chain and our jump rings to be able to bring them together at the top. And this is nice because, I mean, it's a simple way to do it by just opening and closing your jump rings. And don't forget, guys, front to back on opening and front to back on closing. You can only hear them click, and then you know your jump ring is closed. But you're going to hook your jump ring into your 1-inch piece of wire, and you're going to hook that into your loop, one of your loops. And we'll do that on both sides here. And I do apologize if you hear dogs in the background. That's just par for the course in my house. That's going to be probably a running theme in my videos, so. Okay, so once we get that hooked, then we're going to bring this together up at the top. And I just realized I only cut 2 chains, but we will get the other ones cut as well. You're going to hook the jump ring into the top piece of chain on one side, and easier said than done with this fine chain. So there's 1. And there's 2. So there you have, right now you could stop right here and you could put your earring wire on. Okay, well I cut my other pieces of chain here, so I'm just going to assemble this other earring with some jump rings. And I'm just going to hook that into the chain. Sorry about that, guys, if I go off screen. This chain's so fine. And my old eyes can't see what they used to be able to. Well, at least I feel old sometimes anyway. And the same thing. Take another one of your 5mm jump rings. Hook it through the end of one end of your chain. And then through the other ring. Excuse me. Now once you have those hooked, we're going to do again like we did here. Put the one jump ring up at the top to link your chains together. Come on. There we go. Once you have that one jump ring in the center, then you could add your other jump rings that you're going to need. Now we're going to need a jump ring drop down from the bottom, because that's what we're going to hook our eye pin on with our center stones in. And then you're going to need 2 more jump rings up to the top to be able to get your ear wire to sit forward. Because I don't want to link it right in just to that. That's not what I prefer, but to that ring, I would prefer to kind of give it a little bit of length up there. That's up to you. If you think you would prefer just to hook it into the one jump ring, that's totally your preference. So I'm just going to hook this other jump ring. And I want that one to be on the bottom. Or no, maybe that will choose to be our top. Come on. No, there it goes. So we have him dangle down the middle. Excuse me. And then we'll do another one on this earring. For the bottom middle. And then of course we're going to do our 2 more jump rings on the top. So we will do 1, and 2, and that one, and then 1, here, and another one here. So once you have this, then you're prepared. You can make your head pins, design your head pins to dangle down in the middle if you so desire. And what I am going to be using is I have some 11/0 Toho seed beads, as I stated. So I put the 11/0 seed bead on. Then I'm going to put this beautiful piece of Czech glass. It's a really pretty design on those beads. Then I'm going to put a gold spacer and another 11/0 Toho. Okay, so that's going to be my center piece. So I'll make one more of those since I'll be making 2 earrings. Okay, so 11/0 Toho, the Czech glass piece, the spacer, and the seed bead. And again, this is just my personal preference. In the kits, you'll be able to put, I'll give you extra of everything so you can kind of mess around and design at your personal whim. And all I do is I just take my one-step looper and I make my loops, but you can just do a simple loop on the end. And with the simple looper, you just put it through the center of the tool. And I like to back off the seed bead just a hair because I don't want it to crack my seed bead. And then just close the handle. That gives you a really perfect loop every time. Again, through the center of the tool, up against, then back off just a hair, squeeze the handles, and there you go. And then all we're going to do now is I'm going to put my ear wires on first. And I'm going to put that on my top jump ring. Nope, I don't like that ear wire. Let's put this one on here. Just simply open your ear wire, front to back, close it down. And then we're going to, oops, I would put that into the wrong one. The loop there. There we go. You're going to want to put it on that top jump ring. Close that down. Then open your loop of your dangle, front to back. Drop that into your bottom jump ring. And close your loop. And I'm just going to grab another head pin there, or excuse me, an ear wire. I've got 2 different ones there. And the same thing on this guy. Put your ear wire up on the top, and then front to back. Loop him in. Close your ear wire. Okay, and then just put your open your loop, put it on the bottom jump ring, and there you have it. Some really pretty, simple but elegant Czech glass earrings. And I really enjoy making these. They look like they're harder than they are. See, I'm just kind of shaping these so I can get the shape to kind of match, but they just come out gorgeous every time. And you can do them in a variety. Like I said, these are in the gold. This is in the gold, in the earth tone. These are in silver and white. Right now, these are going to be the 2 kits that I have in my shop. the fall foliage and the icicle kit. This is all Czech glass here. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel to see more of my videos and find out more about the kits that I'm going to offer. The link for the kits and my shop will be in the description down below. And I hope you all have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this. Take care, guys.